Hello, this is Rebecca at Dreaming Tree Artist Retreat, and this is one of the workshops that I offer. It is called Faux rice paper, and I've made an assortment of different things, like this is a little bookmark, and this is a journal cover for a little journal with my little writing pen in it, and this is going to be a signature in a journal. So this will be the first page, and it is layers of tissue paper and napkins. So you can take a napkin like this, the fancy decorative type of napkins, and they're usually 2-ply or 3-ply. Let's see if I can get this thing open. And you separate the plies by taking a piece of tape and just grabbing the corner of it and pulling it apart. It's one layer. Let me get it stuck on there. Need a fresh piece of tape. There we go. So this is a 3-ply napkin. And then it just leaves this very single layer of paper that is pretty see-through, actually. And you can isolate the images that you want to take off by taking a wet brush and just marking around the item with the wet, and it pulls apart. And then you have your isolated image. So I have a collection of napkins. These I've purchased, and some were given to me. So I've got a box full of assortments of patterns. And then you just use regular tissue paper for gift wrapping. Put my pen back. And you can make these beautiful little papers. I've got a sample book with different information about the techniques on each one. You can put feathers in them, decorative tissue paper, strings. There's a string inside this one. And leaves. What else do I have in here? Cutouts, glitter, watercolor drawings. And these are the samples that I made. So these I've laid them out in a little different squares so I could use them in another type of work. So there is all kinds of, this will probably be a book cover. Really pretty. And then of course this journal. And then some I've been playing around with brighter colors. Let's see. I like that one a lot. And then I experimented with tissue paper that I laid a doily down on and sprayed coffee on the tissue, and then used the tissue in the 3 layers of this process of creating the faux rice paper. This is the copy paper that I used, putting the doily down and spray in the doily, and then the coffee goes down on the paper. But then I took the tissue paper and put on top of the wet coffee stain doily and pulled off the tissue. But these are some doily prints made with coffee, instant coffee and some spray oxide. Now this was tissue, and I just made it into the sheet like that. Looks like a little fence row. Then I experimented using heavier threads, and they make really cool journal covers. I got a couple of them. Let me show you one of them. So this journal has that. And I used a crossword puzzle and tissue paper. And the crossword puzzle, I wadded it up with some oil on my hands to make it real soft and fabric feeling. So that was that journal. And then I just laid string out long ways on this one. And this another one. And then you can also, like I saved the tissue when I'm cleaning stuff. I've got a whole pile of them. And then once they get kind of full, then I add more design to them. And then I'll use them in either covering envelopes, like this one, or this one. And so I've got them separated by colors. Of course, I got all the different colors, but these are 3 of them. This one I just stamped, used a stencil on it. But they end up like this type of messes a lot of times, and then add more stenciling to it to give it a design. This was cleaning off my brayer, doing gel prints. And these are just scraps left over. This one I wrote asthmic writing on it. This one probably was catching splatters, and then I took a brown polka dot stencil. And that was just full of splatters. This one was splatters, and then I did a stencil on it. So they come in handy for working on designs too, besides just using decorative napkins. And there's just all kinds of designs you can add to it. So that is what faux rice paper is about. Has these beautiful designs. They take a while to dry, but once they're dry, they're really sturdy, heavy-duty papers, but delicate at the same time. Most of them are a little bit see-through. Happy crafting!